What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing my updated version of all of the Flash's main villains ranked. But of course, before we get started, make sure that you guys like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment any other video ideas for me. Now guys, there are going to be 10 main villains on this list. I'm going to be counting 3 from the Flash Season 5, that being Cicada 1, Cicada 2, and of course Reverse Flash. There are going to be obviously 2 from Season 6, that being Mirror Monarch and Bloodwork. Then of course from Season 7 we are going to have 1, that being Speed Force Nora, or the Speed Force, or whatever you want to call her. I'm also really excited to add Godspeed to this list once the Flash Season 7 has wrapped up. But anyways, let's start with the list. So coming in as the worst main villain on The Flash, and at number 10, we have Cicada 1, aka Orland Dwyer. Now, the first few episodes of Season 5, he looked like a really good villain. He killed a few metahumans, and that he looked really threatening when he was doing that. But then whenever he just faced Team Flash, it's like Team Flash would always have the upper hand after that first encounter that they had. And then he would just get away every time, and it just didn't do anything for the show. It really wasn't. He just wasn't a very good villain. Thankfully, though, we have another villain that came in that was, I guess, a little bit better than him. At number 9 is Cicada 2, that being Grace Gibbons from the future. Now, here's the thing about her. She a lot more threatening than Orland Dwyer. However, she still wasn't that good of a villain. They just didn't do a great job with Cicada on the show. I definitely think if they actually did the version of Cicada from the comics, I think that would have worked a lot better. But they just didn't end up doing that. But I really like how they put it all into, this was all Reverse Flash's plan, how there was an entirely different Cicada before that, but now because of Reverse Flash, they made a Cicada that Team Flash was able to defeat, so I think that was alright. However, Grace Gibbons as Cicada I thought was just still a little bit of a bland villain. So coming in at number 8, I have Mirror Monarch, aka Eva McCulloch. Now, she just wasn't the best villain in my opinion. She just wasn't that exciting. Not the best acting from the actress. It was alright, but she just wasn't as threatening. Just like the Cicadas, she just wasn't that threatening to Team Flash. And her storyline was alright, I guess. She was definitely more threatening in Season 7 than Season 6. I just wasn't a huge fan of the Mirror storyline back in Season 6. I was definitely a fan of the other episodes they had during that Mirror storyline, though. However, like the Godspeed episode or the Reverse Flash storyline during that Mirror Monarch second half of the season storyline. But then it goes into Season 7 where they just tried to, I feel like they sort of tried to copy the Bloodwork storyline at the end. It was really similar. So they had the citizens of Central City basically being captured and being taken into the Mirrorverse. Whereas in the Bloodwork storyline, you had all the citizens of Central City being taken over by a bunch of Bloodwork's minions, I guess you could say. So I thought those were like, they tried to basically copy the Bloodwork storyline. I really was not a fan of that. So all in all, Mirror Monarch, probably average, below average villain on The Flash. So coming in at number 7, I have the Speed Force, or Speed Force Nora, whatever you want to call her. Now, I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of her being a villain. She was very threatening, I thought that was pretty cool. But I thought they kind of went a little over the top with that, although I thought it was still decently good. I really like the emotional connection that Barry and Speed Force Nora had during this time. Also, I mean, I love the concept as well, the Speed Force being a villain, Barry's own powers being a villain against him. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, guys, of course, she was the main villain for the first half of The Flash Season 7, and I'm excited to see what they've got for Godspeed coming up in the second half of The Flash Season 7. So coming in at number 6, I have the Thinker. Now, of course, the Thinker was the main villain for The Flash Season 4. I thought he was a really good villain up until The Flash Season 4 Episode 9, when he started switching bodies and stuff. I thought that was so dumb. I really did not like that storyline with him switching bodies. But however, before that, he was a really threatening and good villain. They did take the comic book route by putting him in that awesome-looking Thinker chair. I thought that was awesome to see. It's just a shame that he wasn't in that the whole season, because he really would have been a much better villain if they stuck to the more comic book accuracy type of thing with him. So I'm really disappointed that they didn't end up doing something like that on the show. However, with that being said, I really sort of started to like him again toward the end of the season when he went back to his normal body. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I did like his master plan, so that's why he is number 6 on this list. So coming in at number 5, I have Savitar. Now, I probably usually would have put the Thinker at 5 and Savitar at 6. However, after rewatching The Flash Season 3 a while back, I realized that I liked Savitar a lot more than I thought. I guess the reason I didn't like him at first was because the season I thought wasn't that good. However, then I realized it basically wasn't really his fault that it was bad. He was still a very, very good villain, and mostly one of the most threatening villains we've ever had on The Flash. But yeah, I generally really do like his storyline. You know, him having to kill Iris in order for him to live on. When that didn't work, he tried to become a time god, basically. So I thought that storyline was pretty good. I like that he's the future version of Barry, or a future version of Barry, I should say. I kind of like that they sort of did a future Flash villain mixed with Savitar from the comics. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Obviously, his costume is amazing, or his suit, I should say. It's not really a costume. However, with that being said, I would much rather see a Flash versus Zoom or a Flash versus Reverse Flash battle than a Flash versus Savitar battle. Savitar just isn't as interesting as those other villains, I should say. So yeah, all in all, Savitar is a pretty decent villain. That gives him number 5 on this list. So coming in at number 4, I have the Reverse Flash from Season 5. Now, the Reverse Flash from Season 5 really only appeared in like, what, 8, 9, 10 episodes, something like that. But he really was a very, very good villain. His whole storyline up to him eventually escaping from prison was just amazing in Season 5. You know, him manipulating Nora, saying he wants to change, be a better person, all for his own personal gain. I thought that was amazing to see. And then, of course, the battle at the end between him and Barry and Nora was really cool, but the last part just wasn't his fault. It just really wasn't cool when the entire Team Flash came and faced him and just beat the crap out of him. I really did not like that. I kind of hoped it would be more of either Barry and Nora versus him or just Barry versus him. I thought that would have been a lot better. However, we are getting Reverse Flash back in the finale of The Flash Season 7, so that should be really cool to see more of him. But yeah, Reverse Flash from Season 5 was an amazing villain. So coming in at number 3, I have Bloodwork, aka Ramsey Rosso. Bloodwork was such a good villain for only being in 8 episodes of The Flash Season 6. I just love his storyline, you know, him coming to be this huge villain instead of this good doctor that he was before. Yeah, he was definitely one of the most scary villains that we've ever had on The Flash to this day, and I'm really hoping they end up using him for Red Death whenever they end up doing Red Death, if they end up doing Red Death, that is. I definitely think they should combine maybe Bloodwork and the Reverse Flash together to make Red Death. I think that would be really cool to see, or just seeing Bloodwork back again in general would be awesome to see, because he was a fantastic villain, and I really wish we got to see more of him. So coming in at number 2 is Zoom. Now, Zoom is probably the most threatening villain in the Arrowverse, also probably the scariest villain in the Arrowverse. Of course, he was the main villain for The Flash Season 2. I just thought he just had such a great storyline. Obviously, it kind of copied Season 1 with Hunter Zolomon pretending to be Jay Garrick, thus then him revealing himself as Zoom. It was kind of a repeat of Season 1, but I am very happy that they did that because it was a great storyline. It was awesome to see on Season 2. But yeah, there's not much else to say about Zoom other than the fact that he was an amazing villain on The Flash, and that is why he is number 2 on this list. And coming in at number 1, of course, is the Reverse Flash from The Flash Season 1. Obviously, Barry's arch nemesis, probably the most iconic Flash villain. You know he had to be number 1. Just Tom Cavanaugh playing Harrison Wells, aka Eobard Thawne, is just, he's such a great actor. Played the role perfectly, I feel like. Eobard Thawne pretending to be Harrison Wells throughout the season, that storyline was just amazing to see. The big reveal at the end that he was the Reverse Flash was just amazing. One of the best reveals or villain reveals that we've ever had in the Arrowverse. So yeah, the Reverse Flash from Season 1 definitely deserves to be at the top of this list. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your list on the Flash's main villains ranked. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.